Well, you know what? It's only fitting that we're featuring Homestead on the same week as St. Patrick's Day because the Spartans, man, they are getting all sorts of fortune, bringing home a sectional and a regional title as we've got head coach Chris Johnson joined alongside us. Coach, you guys have had to gut out some close wins during this entire postseason run. What is it about this team that has found ways to close things out in some tight games?
Well, I think they're hard-nosed kids. They're mentally tough. We've been through the ringer as far as, last year. Most of our players back from last year's team where we had some close ones that we didn't close out last year that we very easily could have. One that comes to my mind is the St. Joe game where we had them, I think, up 11 or 10 with about 2.5 minutes to go and ended up getting beat when we were here in this holiday tournament. And, that was a team that went on to became state runner-up at the 3A level, and they're still in it this year. So, having those type of games, having to where what we need to do, the little things, what we need to do to be successful. Our kids have figured it out, and over the last 17 games, 16-1 since then, and very pleased with where we are thus far, and hopefully we can continue that come Saturday morning.
Looking back last week, in your game against Carroll, you guys were tied at 37 midway through the fourth quarter. What was being said to the team, or I guess what was your message as the guys found a way to close that out against your biggest rival?
Well, again, we knew it was going to be a tough ball game. I mean, it always is against Carroll. I mean, I don't think either team ever blows somebody out. It's going to be a grind. Like I said before, a lot of respect for Coach Benedict, the Carroll basketball team, type of players they have. They're mentally tough also. They've been in some tough games. But, for us, it's just, keeping the course. We said that from the beginning that everything ain't going to go your way. Make sure that we stay mentally tough, stay within ourselves, stay within our roles, and get the job done, and we did that.
You mentioned how the guys have been able to find their roles. They've been able to mature, especially compared to last season. It's hard to think of a Homestead team that flies under the radar like this one, but what is it about this group that makes them so special?
Well, I mean, they like playing for one another. They like playing for Homestead High School. We don't have, the selfishness. We don't have the kids that want theirs. I spoke to one player, I'll go ahead and let him know, Aiden Good, the other day. He starts for us. I think he only had about 5 minutes of basketball, but I saw him in the hallway today, and I said, keep your head up, we need you. And he said, it doesn't matter. He said the main thing is that we won the basketball game. And a lot of kids, I think at this age have a tough time, accepting that type of role. But, our kids have done that. Very proud of our young men, and hopefully we can continue that to get ourselves down to state championship come this Saturday.
Well, you look ahead to this Saturday. You got to win 2 games, including your semifinal against Crown Point. How do you approach this week? Just knowing you're going to have to win 2 games, and it's going to be very taxing physically, mentally, all across the board.
Well, we're going to focus only on Crown Point. We're not going to look ahead and talk about Fishers and Riley. Maybe other coaches do that and say this is what we're going to do if we make it to the night game. We'll worry about the night game after the first game if we get there. Then we'll start discussing with what we need to do. Of course, we're going to have a game plan. But as far as talking about that with the kids, we won't do that. We will do that in the hotel room, right after we get a good victory against Crown Point.